let's get into these people. Let's talk about put a ring on it. Okay. So Otis, y'all know last week's episode we talked about Charlie and Otis and how he makes her feel and how she experiences things with him, right? Otis is feeling misunderstood at this point because he feels like Dr. Nicole is not really listening to him or hearing him when he speaks, okay? And when he speaks about Charlie and her feelings and how he feel like she ain't experienced what she said she experienced and all that other stuff, right? So he feeling away. Right. But what he did do, he decided to go on yet another date with the other girl. And I think her name was Milan or something. So he decided to go on yet another date with her while Charlie decided that she was going to go on another date with Brent. And I knew it. And I was here for it. And I was like, yes, go on another date with Brent, girl. Go ahead. So later on, we see with Shorty and Ken. Shorty said she really enjoyed Hollywood, but at this point, she's really ready to move on and try to date somebody else. And the reason why is because she's really feeling Hollywood, but she doesn't want to feel him to a place where she's probably going to choose him over her man. And to me, it sounded like she was saying, I don't want to continue to go down this road and cause my man to act more of a fool than what he already acts when the cameras ain't around. Okay, so I really don't want that. So let me just try it out with somebody else. And it's funny, now that I think about it, when she sits up here and says, I'm trying to get when she's talking to Ken later at a later point in the show, talking about how I'm getting the full experience of this process. Actually, you're not. Because if you were, you would have went out on another date with Hollywood. That's what I think. Okay, but you didn't want to. But okay, then. Anyway, so Ken speaks on his date. And he says that he wasn't surprised that it went well because he's talking about how most women, when they go on a date with him, like they love him and all this other stuff. And it's like, baby, you ain't got nothing to offer but DICK and a personality. Because I'm inclined to believe the car that you driving ain't yours and you ain't got no job. You general contractor, you. Okay? So the only contract you about signed is to pass out this DICK, girl, around town. I ain't got time. But okay. And then when when he said that he was going to turn down a date, Dr. Nicole asked Shorty, like, how you feel about that? She was like, well, I'm not heavily invested in his dates. I want him to take on this opportunity fully for himself. So it's up to him, whatever he wants to do. And I'm like, I guess, girl, I feel like Shorty bringing this man on the show because she wants him to find somebody else. All right. She wants him to find somebody else. That's what she wants. Like, please go out here and explore and find somebody else and not me. Fonzo and Shay. Shay is so annoying, bro. Shay, you, dear, are annoying. And I really hate it because I think that you're a very beautiful woman. You got it going on, girl. But all that hair, all that makeup, all of that, girl, you insecure real hard on the inside. And you may think that you're not. You may be like, I ain't insecure, ain't this and that. And I hear you, but the actions that you display show that you really are. And I feel like the insecurity was there before, Fonzo. I do. But anyway, let's keep going. So Shay speaks on Fonzo infidelity and how it's the friends that he has that he won't introduce her to. I guess she said something like the infidelity is perceived infidelity or whatever like that. And a lot of time, like one time, I guess he gave a woman some money. She was like, Fonzo, give me some money. And he gave the girl money in her face. Ooh, child. What kind of dynamics he got going on? Right. So, and I do see why she would, have the same question. Not once did he introduce her to this woman or anything. And that's where he do be effing up. Because I do feel like she already got insecurity issues, but he can contribute even more to that. What else? Because it shows like he don't got no respect for the relationship himself. Right. So he laughs it off when she ended up bringing up a conversation about them going to the club. And then there was some girls down there at the bottom. And he tried not to look at the bottom because he didn't want the girls to come up there with them and stuff. And he laughing like, what are you talking about? Like, this stuff be so old. I don't even know what you're talking about. Now, granted, he do be wrong for laughing at her. And he does admit that, like, a lot of times he laughs because he don't want to have a deeper conversation. But sometimes, Shay, I do think that you create an entire scenario in your head. I do. I feel like you created an entire scenario in your head and you just go along with that. Like, that's what it has to be. So y'all also, as much as y'all having this couples counseling, you need to have separate counseling for yourself. Because maybe he didn't see them, or maybe he was on another wavelength or whatever like that, or maybe he had some other stuff on his mind. But because you're insecure in your relationship, you automatically assume that, oh, he don't want to bring them girls up here because he think that I'm gonna meet them and I'm gonna da 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 da. And it's like sometimes they don't even be on people's mind. Like, I guess. Anyway, so Fonzo he admitted that he laughs to avoid from having a deeper conversation, which does suck because she's kind of forced to laugh and go along with it too, instead of continuing to try and get her point across to his ass. So Shay says that she never wanted to not trust him, but when things happen exactly as she thought that they were going to happen and he doesn't step out to correct it or fix it or do anything like that, it makes her get to a place where she feels like she wants to walk away. And Dr. Nicole, I was glad when she said this. She was like, well, there you go. You just said it. You have options, right? You always say you get to this place where you want to walk away, but you don't walk away. You continue to sit in. And I feel like maybe did it ever occur to you, if you did walk away, that may be something that'll make him realize that he's about to lose his woman? Or do you not, out of fear that as soon as you walk away, he's gonna have another woman laying in your spot and sitting in your seat in the car? Like, why stay around? Right. So I appreciate what Dr. Nicole was saying, because some of this stuff you out here doing to your damn self in so many words, because you do have an option. You just don't like to, exercise that option. She also told them about having choices and says that they need to work on certain actions that's going to allow them to trust each other. Right. At the end of the day, Charlie and Otis. Okay, so when they leave, they're talking about the session and how he spent a lot of time defending himself because he pissed the girl, because obviously he don't like to be wrong. He's the type of person where he could check you about the stuff you do, but you better not dare check him about the things that he do wrong. And it's so funny because he just reminds me of an ex that I had. I was trying to tell me what I'm doing wrong or what I need to do. And I'm like, okay, well, what you gonna do? I do not like that. I do not like situations like that. Do not have a conversation with me about a motherfucking thing as though there is no issues with you. So what you gonna do? What you finna work on? What you finna fix? Okay, because this shit ain't one side of what's going on. But anyway, so she keeps telling him that he needs to focus on accountability and understanding what that word meant. And I was cackling because I really enjoyed seeing Charlie overtalk him in the car for some reason. When he was talking, she was like, accountability. That's something I said, yes, overtalk his ass, please. Please, I enjoyed it. But anyway, so Shay's still getting on to Fonzo about his relationships with his quote unquote friends. Let's move on. Charlie and Otis. So Otis kills me with the I see. Okay. So when they were talking, like before he got ready to head out for his date, he doing all this. Okay, I see. I don't know if Otis does this when he's trying to come up with an answer for something or what. I don't get it. Anyway. So Otis says Charlie loves to act like everything is his fault. That's a problem for him. Her thinking that everything is all my fault as if she hasn't done anything. Charlie feels like she is holding herself accountable, whereas he doesn't feel that way. So his date comes to the house. She does look like a little girl with the ponytail, the half up, half down, cute girl. Definitely looks like a little girl. So she and Charlie ended up having some conversations, Milan and Charlie or whatever. Whole time, Milan saying in the confessional that she was excited to go out on another date with Otis because at this point she's interested. I said, oh, okay, well, we see somebody for the move in on your man, Miss Charlie girl. Okay, we gonna see how that's gonna be. Hey, let's keep it going. I'm over here thinking to myself too, you sure that's what you want? Well, good luck. Shay and Fonzo. Shay trying what? Oh, she's upset because he's about to go on a date. So she's crying at this point, honestly. And then he gonna tell me some seeing her cry kind of made him a bit sensitive because it's like, dang, this girl really loves me. She over here crying about seeing me with somebody else on a date. And I'm just like, well, why don't hit you the same way when she's over here going off on you about the actions and things that you be doing out here in these streets? Why you don't feel the same way? Why you don't feel the same way when you going on trips with your family and your baby mama going, but she ain't going? What? Shut up, Fonzo. Anyway, Charlie and Otis, they go on this date. They go to a yoga spot. I thought it was so comical because neither one of them could really focus on their dates. But I like that Brent was there with Charlie, open and willing to make Otis jealous. I'm like, they probably could have a good friendship, a really good friendship. They probably could turn into like a good relationship. I don't know. I like to see Charlie and Brent together. I do. Okay. Brent is not a bad looking guy. Otis, I don't think that he's interested in Milan for real, but I think that he enjoys it enough to like get over on to make Charlie jealous or something, right? So There's that. I also thought it was funny that he came over there trying to kiss Charlie, and I felt like he was trying to do it to stick it to Brent. Like, yeah, you still on a date with my girl or whatever, but this still my girl. So what's up? And she was like, I know, but yeah, go wash your hands, wash your mouth, wash your face, baby. Don't put it on me. I loved how she played him. He didn't know how to take it. He did the best that he could, try to act like he was not phased. My homeboy was phased down. Okay. What else we got? Kenneth and Shorty. Kenneth is Shorty. So Kenneth says that he is going to interrupt the date if he feels like the person is getting too touchy-feely with his girl. Boy, sit your ass down. And it was something about the way that he said, my woman. My woman. Like, yeah, if he over there doing this or that, well, my woman. And it's something about it, okay? I don't know. Maybe I just don't feel away. I mean, maybe I just feel away about Kenneth that he can't even say my, because then it sounds like ownership. Even though somebody else could say it and I'd probably be okay with it, but with him, and how he took pictures of her records, and how we know he ain't really got no job, and the fact that Shorty gonna say it next episode about him being with women out his league. Hello. Yeah, you don't want nobody else to come in and get that. Like, you know he not paying the rent. I don't like Kenneth. Anyway, Ken says that he knows Shorty not gonna get out of character, especially when they got something solid. She said, "Oh, you think this solid? This here is not solid." I say, let him know that it's not solid. Why you sitting up there talking, right? And if it was so solid, then why would you even resort to a place where you had to take pictures of her bank records and everything else out of fear, talking about something? I feel like she wanted to take on this process so she could court somebody else. What? Do y'all see the insaneness that's going on in his damn head? You was just pressed a few days ago out of fear that Hollywood could come in and take your damn girl. And then now you want to sit up here and say, I don't think that you're going to do anything. You know what I'm saying? Because what he said, because, you know, we got something solid. Boy, sit the fuck. Anyway, when it came down to it, she tells him that, like, why are you in this process? Like, do you know why? Do you know what you're doing? Like, what's your reasoning? Like, I'm experiencing the full process. Actually, you're not. But you say that you are. So, okay, cool. What else? He says that he knows what he wants and what he likes, which is her tone. So I see it in you. I see it in your soul. I'm like, see what in her soul? See you being with her in her soul? What do you see in her soul? How do you know her soul really wants you? Cause this man is, girl, this man crazy girl. Anyway, he says they are either going to, she tells him, like, listen, we either going to, at the end of this process, right, we're either going to put a ring on it or they're going to go their separate ways. And she says that he doesn't want to address his issues. At least that's what it started to sound like to me. Basically, she was saying not so much as she wants to have a ring on it once this process is over, but I think she's sending him through this process so he can work on himself and get himself together. And if he's indeed where she feels he needs to be, she's welcome to having a ring on her finger by him. But I just feel like this man may have a lot of issues that surpass your relationship, that has happened beyond and before your relationship, that he may need to actually work on. I don't see them being at that place. I don't, even if they are engaged now, I don't see them being married. Like, I just don't see it happening in the long run. I don't. Let me see what you guys are saying real quick. Kenneth is dangerous. Give me 1 second. Kenneth is dangerous. You tried to mess up her job and taking pics of her bank records. He admitted to wanting to sabotage her. I can't. That's what I'm saying. These are things he got to work on. Without her, he don't need no relationship. He don't need no relationship. He don't need no relationship at all. Kenneth is toxic, and I don't feel like he is ready for marriage. He not. Why? It's scary. It's scary watching the both of them, honestly, for me on this show. It's scary to watch them. So let's get to Shay and her date. So her date tells her how she's his type. And she's like, well, what's your type? And he says something like open-minded and beautiful. And I'm like, okay, general, okay, got you. So she's flattered. Shay asking her date about where he see himself relationship-wise in the next 5 years. And I'm like, girl, I guess, girl, here y'all go. Here yourself go. We know where you see yourself, Shay. Still with Fonzo going through the same shit in the next 5 years. Anyway, so Fonzo and his date decided they was going to walk in. she distracted. She couldn't even hear what her date was saying no more. She didn't even give a damn. Just saw the lady walk in. Okay, Fonzo, they done sat down. Tay asked him about being happy with anyone or something like that. I guess we missed a part of the conversation. So I guess he was saying that he not happy with just anyone or something. I don't know what it was about because they chopped it. Meanwhile, you got Shay over here staring at them. Just staring at them. Tay, who's the date, tells him he gonna be in trouble when he get home. And then she tells him, like, you know, when you come in a place, like, you need to always make sure you speak to her. Here goes Shay immediately taking offense. Like, I don't understand that. Shay says, who are you talking to? She's like, are you talking to me? Oh, okay, well, you were looking over here, so I was just trying to see who you was really talking to. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know if you was talking to him or you was talking to me. B-I-T, you wouldn't have to worry about who the fuck I'm talking to if you stayed over there focused on your table over there at your date. Okay? And it's the fact that you automatically assume that somebody was saying something negative about you. The lady was actually, in my opinion, speaking to him on how he needs to be with you. Saying like sis had your back. But you, and it's, I don't know. It's like, I understand Fonzo may not operate how she wants him to operate in a relationship, but I just feel like all of that ain't on him. A lot of that stuff just be on how Shay is and how Shay wants to act. Like, I cringe, girl. I cringe. Tay was like, no, dear, I'm not talking to you, but if I was, you would have knew it. But if I was talking to you, though, you would have knew I was talking to you, though. Yeah, So Shay is like, Fonzo, put your girl on mute. Put your date on mute. Put your date on mute. And I'm like, girl, bye. You should have been on mute. You should have been focused on what you had going on. When they walked in, for me, Shay, you had every intentions on creating an issue. That girl could have told you how cute your outfit was and you was going to create a problem because you did not want his date to go successful. You wanted to ruin that by any means. How you so pressed and you get to get a clear-eyed view as to how your man operates on dates. You ain't got to question. You ain't got to wonder. You get to sit there actually slightly observe how your man operates on dates, girl. I cannot. And you over here decide that you was going to show your ass. And when Miss Girl Tay told you was going to look like a fool in the end, I said she motherfucking right. She is absolutely right. Still out here looking like a fool. You're looking out like a fool based on your actions. And you're looking like a fool continuing to complain about this man that's been out here disrespecting you for over 3 years. And you still over here just hanging on. Oh, wow. You're definitely looking like a fool, girl. But anyway, so Tay tells her, yeah, she's going to be looking like an idiot. Tay tells her that you're going to do all of that talking and still not going to do that because she leaned back like, girl, and what was it? Yeah, but you're going to do all that talking, but I bet you ain't going to step. But I bet you're not going to step, though. So, girl, it was hilarious because Fonzo tried to get her to step out the room. But Shay decides she finna walk over there to Tay. So Tay like, girl, I wish you would. And I'm going to take this plate and I'm going to bust it upside your mother head. So what's really good? Girl, Miss Tay had that plate and I don't even know how Shay got out the building. She got out the building. So I'm over there talking to you and she talking to me. I wasn't talking to her. I wasn't talking to Talk to your date. Talk to your date. Talk to your date. Talk to him. Talk to your date. I'm talking to you. You shouldn't be yelling across the table. I understand that's your man. I do, but you shouldn't be yelling across the table over here running your mouth. Okay? And if you was talking to your man, you should have been talking to that man. If you was going to be beefing at that restaurant, you should have been beefing at another restaurant. Okay? Why would you bring it to somebody else's date? That's sad. Okay? So that's where you should have kept your energy at. All right? Because when you told me you was talking to him, you turned around and you said something to her. You ain't say nothing to him. So you was definitely talking to her, and Miss Girl was ready to give you a run for your money. Because you ain't going to be able to be everybody's, as you're just snobs. All right? And let me tell you, I won't want not damn man that's going to have me out here looking a fool if that's the case, if you want to put it on him like that. Girl, just get your shit together, Tay. Shay. So there's that, girl. Miss Shay almost got busted upside the head with a plate. That's just what it is, girl. That's just what it is. Shay's day trying to calm her down and protect her. And Fonzo so used to her behaving this way. He just, do you hear me? And I saw that. Do you hear me, Tina? He's so used to her acting foolish like this. She do it every time. And now that I think about it, I feel like one of the reasons why he laughs at her is because he knows that she's going to make a situation out of every single thing, even if it's not something. and she gonna show her as either way. She's gonna find a reason to act the way that she does, which is why he just be laughing at her ass like, I can't win. You know what I'm saying? I can't win either way it go. I can tell you what it is, you ain't gonna believe me. I can tell you what it not is. You still not gonna, you gonna do what you want to do anyway. So I mean, I ain't got no choice but to laugh with you. For real. Girl, I can't. Girl, I can't. Could you imagine if they were to swap among couples? You mean amongst the three? That would be crazy. I do think she would have a bit more respect for those ladies, though. I do believe that because I feel like she would think they already have their hearts somewhere else. So I don't think she would like go off on those ladies or try to fight them or anything like that. But with somebody else she just don't know, a stranger, she gonna try and show her ass, and then gonna sit up there and tell the girl that he was going on a date with, the one with the rainbow fashions, telling her to button up her attire. But then you about to walk out the house showing all your cleavage and all. So what? Girl, y'all both foul. He don't want Shay breast out, but constantly has his out. Girl, you is foolish, ain't it? Fantasia done told her to free herself. Girl, that's how I feel. Bye, Shay. Bye. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen on next week's episode. I'm just anxious to get to the part where Shorty calls out Kenneth for wanting to be with women that are out of his league. That's what I want to hear about. Yikes, honey. Yikes. That could be one of the reasons he don't bring her around his mom and family. I think baby mama may check her. Could be. She gonna create a situation. And that's what we're not getting to yet, right? We're more so getting to him being the person that's in the wrong, him doing things the wrong way, him this, him that. But we haven't heard what she does and how it makes him feel, right? I feel like even if he was to introduce her to people like, oh, this is my girl, Shay, you know what I'm saying? Woo. And the people like, hey, how you doing? I think she would still create an issue. So I do feel like at this point, it don't matter what he do, it's going to be a problem. And if you feel that way, it doesn't matter what he does. Just like what she said out with Dr. Nicole last week. And they talked about, I guess, friends or something like that. And she was like, well, I feel like he's going to have a way of trying to, finesse and the friendship's going to be more than what it is. It's like, well, if you feel that way, why are you still with him? If you can't trust him like that. What needs therapy on her own? You meant to say Shay needs therapy on her own. She can't regulate her mood and boundaries. That makes sense. I won't bring her around the family either, right? So I feel like we hear more so of the issues that she has with him, but we don't really hear a lot of what he has with her. So hopefully we'll get to that point